Have you ever felt like life is unfair? You've worked so hard but still failed? Or maybe you often think, why can others succeed while I always seem to be unlucky? If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. Many people go through the same thing. But have you ever asked yourself, what's the real cause? Many of us are quick to look for someone to blame, blaming our boss, our team, our environment, even our circumstances. But have we ever stopped to think, maybe the main cause of our failure is actually within ourselves? In this video, I'm going to talk about something that might open your mind, something you may not have realized until now, and it could be the answer to all the questions you've been asking. Watch this video until the end, because I believe after this, the way you see life will change. The habit of blaming others. Let's be honest, how often do we blame others for our failures? For example, my employees are incompetent, that's why my business went bankrupt. My boss was unfair, that's why I got fired. I'm not successful because my environment is toxic. They're successful because their family is rich, not because they worked hard. And the list goes on. We often look for excuses. We tend to believe our failures are caused by others, not ourselves. But here's the thing. If we keep blaming others, when will we ever learn? When will we grow? Blaming others is easier. It's the quickest way to protect our ego. But did you know? When we blame others, we're actually giving them control over our lives. Because if we believe our failures are caused by other people, that means we have no power to change our situation, right? So, if you feel like your life's been stuck in the same place, maybe it's time to stop blaming others and start looking within. The story of the boy and the chicken poop. I have a simple story, but one that holds a powerful message. One day, a boy was asked by his mother to clean the chicken coop. Eagerly, he began sweeping and picking up the chicken droppings, but without realizing it, a bit of the chicken poop got stuck on his nose. A little while later, he started to smell something unpleasant. He thought, ugh, this must be the smell of the chicken coop. After finishing up, he went to his friend's house. As soon as he walked in, he smelled the same stench. In his mind, he thought, ooh, my friend's house is so dirty. Then he went to a small shop to buy a drink. On the way there, the smell still lingered. Even at the shop, he noticed the same awful odor. He began to wonder, why does every place I go to stink? Do people here not notice? Finally, he returned home, but strangely enough, the smell was still there. He went into his room, and yep, still smelly. Out of curiosity, he looked in the mirror, and that's when he realized the chicken poop was still stuck to his nose. All this time, he had blamed others. He thought every place he went to smelled bad, when in fact, the source of the smell was on him the entire time. Just like in life, we often think our failures are caused by others. We blame our boss, our coworkers, our family, even our circumstances. But have we ever stopped to look in the mirror? Have we ever asked, could the problem actually be within me? Don't be too quick to blame your surroundings before making sure that you're not the source of the problem yourself. Reflection, learning from our own mistakes. Now let's think for a moment. What would have happened if the boy never looked in the mirror? He would have kept believing that the world around him smelled bad, when in reality the source of the smell was on him all along. It's the same with us in life. If we always blame others, we'll never realize that maybe, just maybe, the real problem lies within ourselves. Why do we often fail? Maybe it's because we never take the time to learn from our own mistakes. Why not? Because we're too busy looking for someone else to blame. We'd rather protect our ego than admit that we need to change. But the truth is, mistakes are not something to be feared. In fact, mistakes are the best teachers. Think about successful people. Have they never failed? Quite the opposite. They've failed many times. But the difference is, they don't blame others. They reflect. They learn from every misstep and look for ways to grow. On the other hand, if we always think we're right, we become blind to our own flaws, deaf to others' advice, and dull in our thinking. And that is the most dangerous condition of all, believing we are always right. Because when we think we're always right, we stop learning. When we stop learning, we stop growing. And when we stop growing, we stay stuck in the same place, facing the same failures over and over again. So now the question is, do we still want to keep blaming others? Or are we ready to look in the mirror and start learning from our own mistakes? The choice is in our hands. Two choices in life. In life, we are constantly faced with choices, and today, I want you to make one. When something bad happens, we have two choices. The first choice, we can keep blaming others for our failures. Blame the boss, the team, the family, even the situation. This is the easiest option. But if we choose this path, we'll never grow. We'll stay stuck in the same place, facing the same failures, over and over again. The second choice, we can look inward. Ask ourselves, what can I improve? What can I learn from this? This option is harder because it requires the courage to admit our own mistakes, but it's the only way to change and grow into someone better. We can't control other people. We can't change our boss, our environment, or the circumstances, but there is one thing we can change: ourselves. And when we begin to change, the world around us will start to change too. So now the question is, which choice will you make? Conclusion. So, my friends, in the end, everything comes back to ourselves. We can keep blaming others and stay stuck where we are, or we can start looking in the mirror, admitting our mistakes, and learning from them. Remember, the only way to truly change your life is by changing yourself. When you begin to change, your perspective will shift, your decisions will change, and slowly, your life will start to transform as well. So starting today, let's make a commitment. Every time something doesn't go our way, before pointing fingers at others, ask yourself first, what can I improve? Because real change begins from within. Thank you for watching. Keep your spirit up, keep learning, and most importantly, never forget to stay happy.